Hello everybody, what is up, Prof Toast here, and today we're going to be doing it in a review on the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G. So now that I've had about, I got a Wednesday, so I had a good week and a half to actually, kind of play around with it, test it out, test out the battery, mess around with the cameras and all that, and basically get a good idea of what my general thoughts are. So we're going to go ahead, go over quite a few things. So first of all, we're going to start out with battery. So this is definitely an all-day battery for sure. I've seen some people somehow complain about the battery. I don't know, for me, so how I tested out is at 5:45 in the morning, I was able to take this phone off the charger and, do my normal morning browsing. And then, at work and stuff, I was able to, I do have a job where sometimes you could just sit there and, look at Hulu or have a video on your phone playing while you work and everything. So I had it playing half the day, with videos I just had on my memory card, so I was watching a TV show with that. Then the other half of the day I was watching Hulu. And then on my breaks, I was sitting there browsing YouTube, listening to music, using it to draw a bit and everything. And by the end of the day, I think I had about 18% battery still, which is pretty freaking crazy. So all in all, for me using this phone a good majority of the day, the battery lasts pretty freaking long. Now keep in mind, I did actually have this one set to the 60 Hertz. I had it set to FHD plus, so that's usually FHD is usually the one I keep it on. But I just pretty much used it how I would normally use it, and like I said, I've kind of messed around with the 120 Hertz, but all in all, it still works pretty decent on 60. But I had it on that just because I wanted to see, how much I can do and how much I can push the phone and still, get a crazy amount of battery life off it. So all in all, it's actually been really freaking good. Now, as for the cameras and everything, the cameras have actually been pretty ridiculous. I know last year we had the 100 times zoom, but this is, like I said, I upgraded from the Note 9, and I had a chance to actually, test out the zoom on this thing, and it's been absolutely freaking crazy. I was able to literally, I'll show you guys in the picture in just a second, but like I said, last night I was out eating dinner and I saw the moon out. I was like, I'm curious. So I put it up to, 50x, and boom, right there, I was legitimately able to zoom in on the moon with the phone, which is just freaking crazy, because even with my DSLR, I couldn't even do that and stuff and get a, semi-decent picture out of it. And another thing for the night mode on this phone is absolutely ridiculous. I had times where, it was 3 a.m. in the morning. I went out on the balcony area just to, try to take a picture, see how much light it would bring in. And quite honestly, it almost looks like it wasn't even, pitch dark outside. With the amount of light it's able to bring in, it's absolutely crazy. It makes a dark scene look completely bright, you had way more light in the room than there actually is. So all in all, the night mode, they did an excellent job on this one. And I'm gonna go ahead and show a few videos on the screen. So as you can see, the videos, I have this, since my normal YouTube videos are running at 1080p, I have the video quality that, but I have it going at 1080p 60 frames. And the video quality was actually, just, step above from what I had for my Note 9. I could easily tell the difference right away. I was able to, of course, do some running. I was able to run alongside my dog and everything, and surprisingly, the phone doesn't even look like it's shaking. The stabilization's so, well done on it that you can easily go run around, and, as long as your hands, roughly steady and stuff, even with your feet hitting the ground, it still doesn't look like the phone's shaking at all. So like I said, definitely highly impressed. The HDR on this looks freaking great. The saturation, you can definitely tell the colors are definitely pretty bright, but all in all, I definitely love the look of it. The ultra wide angle is definitely well done and everything. So all in all, it definitely works freaking great. Like I said, if you want to do a group of people, it does well for that. And even, zooming in a decent amount and stuff, you can actually still, get great quality pictures up to 5 times zooming. So definitely pretty great with the cameras. It definitely has not disappointed with that. Okay, and now for the S Pen features. So I've had a little bit of time. I got one of my model kits and everything, took a picture. I had a picture from my Note 9, and I said, I'm going to try to sit there and color over this. And I'm using an app called Autodesk, and I believe it is a free app still right now. But to me, it's one of the best drawing apps you can use on your Android phone, especially if you're using stylus like with the Note phones. But I've been using that, kind of going in detail, been drawing with that, and it's just been pretty excellent and everything. Like I said, the features with the S Pen, they added a couple new ones. The whole air gestures, I haven't really cared to use. It seems more of a gimmicky thing than an actual, you know, useful thing. But all in all, it actually definitely works pretty freaking well. Now for the speaker quality on this phone, it's definitely pretty freaking loud. Like, I'll go ahead and give you a sample just, you know, so you guys can see. But as you can definitely see, yeah, it gets really freaking loud, like, even for it, because I believe how the speaker setup on the top half is, it's kind of like more around this section, but then it kind of has a channel where it goes at the top. But for the sound quality this thing brings up is absolutely insane. So yeah, then all in all, the fingerprint sensor, so far, it's been pretty good. Like, you can actually double tap the screen, and you can actually just sit there and see, because at first I was kind of wondering, like, how would you know, figure it out, but then if you happen to know where it's at, or if you memorize where the fingerprint sensor is, it actually does, you know, respond pretty quickly. Or if you just double tap the screen, it'll sit there and unlock pretty easily. Or you can just press the, you know, the normal power button and press it that way. But from what I've been using, and this is my first time using the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, it's actually been pretty responsive. I haven't had too many issues where it just wasn't picking up my fingerprint. All in all, definitely highly impressed. So for my final verdict of the phone, what do I think? Is it worth the $12.99 price tag? For me, I'd say, I mean, there are probably other options out there. People can definitely argue that there are other budget phones with similar features that are cheaper. But for me, I'd say it's worth it, just because I know I'm going to be using this phone for a good 2 to 3 years, and that works pretty well since Samsung does support OS updates for, yeah, a good 3 years, plus you still got the security patches. So I plan on using it for a good 3 years. So yeah, for me it's definitely been pretty worth it and everything. Like I said, it's pretty much been everything I wanted from a phone in terms of battery life, cameras, gaming and everything. Gaming has been another one that's looked, you know, excellent. Of course, you can max out everything due to the, you know, the Snapdragon chip in here, plus the 12 gigs of RAM. And the system's pretty good at managing the RAM. Like, I do notice I'll keep track of, you know, how many gigs of the RAM's been used up, and it will kind of, you know, close some stuff down. Of course, you do have the optimization tool to, you know, go ahead and close down apps that don't need to be open, so that way you're, of course, conserving battery. But all in all, definitely pretty awesome. And for an update on when I did the unboxing, and I showed, of course, there wasn't any headphones, that same day I was actually able to call Samsung, and of course, I was able to get the USB Type-C AKG headphones. It's definitely pretty cool. It was no issue at all. I mean, all you got to do, of course, so when I did call, it was pretty high volume, but all I did is basically call them, said, hey, I want to request some headphones. I heard that, you know, you guys were actually giving them out if they were requested. And before, I heard some people say, like, when they asked beforehand, that it was kind of like they gave them a little bit of trouble, but I guess as at the time when I called, they were instructed to just, anybody who wants them, they send it out to them right away. So it's definitely pretty easy. They came in the mail pretty quickly, and like I said, I mostly use Bluetooth headphones nowadays, but I still like the option of, you know, having a wired pair just in case. Of course, I do also like how these fit in the ear, so definitely pretty cool. Like I said, customer support definitely hooked it up and, you know, got the headphones out to me pretty quickly, and it wasn't really a hassle. Just kind of like, hey, give them your information. They give them your IMEI just so they can verify, hey, yeah, you did buy the phone and everything. So definitely pretty cool. So like I said, for me, this is definitely a 10 out of 10 phone for me. I'm highly impressed. Like I said, I love my Note 9. I had that one for a good 2 years. So finally upgrading this is a pretty good jump, and like I said, I'm pretty impressed with all the specs on it and how it's been working. So all in all, would I recommend it to you guys? I would definitely say yes, if you are definitely the one who, you know, likes the premium type phones, especially with this bronze metal finish. It definitely looks freaking really nice and everything. So that's about it for this video. If you guys have any questions about the phone, please make sure to comment below it. If you guys did like this video, make sure to slap that like button. And all in all, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.